Everyone, if you could take your seats, we're going to start in a minute. Thank you. Oh my. Hi everyone, we're going to get started. I've heard lots of descriptions about what we're going to experience today. I've heard this is huge, this is amazing, this is historic, this is standing room only. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Monica Pierre, and I'm the Assistant Professor of Practice in the Mass Communication Department at Xavier University, and I am honored to be the MC this afternoon as we gather to announce and celebrate the latest milestones in a visionary collaboration between two esteemed institutions to create a medical school. The partnership between Xavier University of Louisiana and Ochsner Health promises to shape the future of healthcare education and delivery in our region and throughout the United States. But first things in order, we'd like to welcome Father Victor LaRoche to lead the invocation.
Good afternoon. Why don't we start with a moment of silence to acknowledge the many blessings of this day and to acknowledge God's presence here within each one of us and in this place. God of many names and of all the nations, we gather to thank you for this day you have made for us to rejoice and be glad. Not just this day, this month. Beginning of this month, the Muslims ended their Ramadan celebration with Eid. And tomorrow will be the last day of Passover for Jewish sisters and brothers. And as we praise you for the vision and legacy of the founders of Ochsner Health and Xavier University, I cannot think of another word, just a miracle, when we have the #1 hospital for adults, ear, nose, and throat, and children also in Louisiana, and I'm quoting US News and World Report 2023-2024. Yes, when Ochsner joins with the only Catholic HBCU founded by a saint, St. Catherine Drexel, and which is also known for excellence, and I will stop with that because I work for Xavier, I don't want to be accused of being biased. It is a miracle. Back in 1942, January 1942, in the midst of World War II, Dr. Alton Ochsner and 4 other surgeons opened the Ochsner Clinic. It was the first medical group practice in the Deep South. The prayers of so many, including St. Catherine Drexel and the Sister of the Blessed Sacrament, continue to be answered. On this historic day for the United States, especially for the state of Louisiana, and for all HBCUs, we unite in prayer with people of all faith, and especially with those observing Easter and Passover. Help us, O Lord, to count our blessing today and every day. As Xavier writes, we are getting ready to celebrate a double anniversary in 2025, the founding of Xavier University and the 25th anniversary of the canonization of St. Catherine Drexel. Inspired by her example, let us open wide our hearts as we press forward and fear nothing, and look also to welcoming, whenever it's going to be, it's a secret, welcoming the first class of this new Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine. Let the church say, Amen. St. Francis Xavier, pray for St. Catherine Drexel. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Father LaRoche, for that wonderful prayer, for leading us and delivering that powerful word. It is now my honor to introduce our first speaker, a distinguished leader in higher education and a driving force behind Xavier's continued legacy of excellence, the university's president, Dr. Reynard Verret. Reynolds Verret.
Good afternoon, everyone. And it's still morning somewhere else, hopefully. Good afternoon, esteemed guests, faculty, staff, student, friends of Xavier of Louisiana and of Ochsner Health. Just over a year ago, we embarked on a journey together with Ochsner Health. We stood on the threshold of something truly, truly remarkable, a partnership that would reshape the landscape of medical education, both here and also for the nation. Today I stand before you once again, filled with pride and anticipation, and also in the company of our partners at Ochsner as we unveil new details of our shared mission. First of all, I'm delighted to announce that our joint endeavor will bear the name that reflects the strength of our collaboration, the promise it holds, and henceforth our medical school shall be known as the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine. With the establishment of the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine, and Xavier, Ochsner and Xavier will both seem to address the longstanding healthcare injustices and foster a more robust, healthier community in pursuit of that vision, to promote a more just and humane society as given to us by Catherine Drexel more than 100 years ago. We are also incredibly honored to announce today the founding dean, Dr. Leonardo Swanee, Executive Vice President and Chief Academic Officer of Ochsner Health. He will serve as founding dean and also for the integration of the Xavier Ochsner School of Health, School of Medicine between our two institutions. His leadership and expertise are sharp the course towards excellence in medical education and healthcare innovation. But beyond the bricks and mortars, beyond the titles and the names, lies the essence of our partnerships and the histories of our esteemed institutions. Our foundress, St. Catherine Drexel, and the Sisters of Blessed Sacrament who came with her, founded Xavier with a singular mission to contribute to the promotion of a more just and humane society by preparing its students to assume roles of leadership and service. I accentuate the word service in a global society. Today, that mission resonates ever more. Xavier's legacy of producing trailblazers in medicine and other fields stands as a testament to our commitment to excellence and equity. For decades, Xavier has produced more Black students who achieve medical degrees and doctorates in health sciences than any other educational institution of the nation. And joyfully, we are joined today by esteemed Xavier alumni whose achievements illuminate and prove that path, and also show a way for future generations who will follow them, including Norman C. Francis. I don't know if Dr. Francis is here with us. Congressman Troy Carter. Mayor Cantrell. Dr. Regina Benjamin, I don't know if she joins us today, former Surgeon General. And so many others, and you know yourselves because I'm watching you right now. There's so many of you. And Xavier's, of course, Xavier's Ochsner Health mission to heal, lead, educate, innovate, and serve. And its position as the Gulf South's leading academic medical center speaks to its significance in our community, to our past, and especially to our future. Our partnership with Ochsner Health extends far beyond the College of Medicine. For decades, we have collaborated and cultivated a legacy of excellence that transcends institutional boundaries. The Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine represents a bold step towards addressing longstanding inequities within our healthcare systems. Today, through our collective efforts, we'll create a physician's training program that reflects the diversity and richness of our communities. Together, we will champion health equity and redefine the standards of medical education and practice. I'd like to take a moment to thank all the people who worked extremely hard to establish what we now call XOCOM, the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine. Our colleagues at ECG Consultants, counsels from Norton Rose Fulbright, the Dean of Medical Schools who collaborated with us collegially and gave us their advices throughout the country. Many alumni and friends of Xavier who encouraged us in our good work, and especially our colleagues at Ochsner who walked with us since 2017 in the vision to bring that we are bringing to fruition today. In closing, let us remember the words of Dr. Martin Luther King. Of all the forms of inequality, injustice in healthcare is the most shocking and inhumane. Today, we reaffirm our commitment to justice and health equity in health as we embark on this historic journey together. So I thank you, and let us bring this day to fruition.
Thank you, President Verret. Now it's my honor to introduce Pete November, the Chief Executive Officer of Ochsner Health, the leading not-for-profit healthcare provider in the Gulf South. Ochsner inspires healthier lives and stronger communities through a combination of standard-setting expertise, quality, and connections that are not found anywhere else in the region. The place where 1.5 million people from every state in this nation and some 65 countries choose for their health care. Mr. November.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here on this historic day. Father, if you're interested in a job in marketing at Ochsner, we got an opening for you. You were awesome. You got it. I want to start by thanking my friend, Dr. Verret. There's a lot of people who didn't think it was possible for Ochsner and Xavier to create a medical school. But in the face of every single challenge, he was resolute, he was calm, he was optimistic, and he was always focused on the purpose for which we're all here today. We all owe you a debt of gratitude for your leadership and commitment to this medical school. I also want to thank the Xavier Board. Your willingness to support Dr. Verret and the team in the creation of this medical school made it possible. You never lost sight of the vision. In every single instance when there was a challenge about how we could get this done, you remained resolute, so I thank you for that. I also want to thank our Ochsner board member and our chair, Andy Wisdom. You also saw the vision, and you supported this every step of the way. And I am blessed to work in an organization with a board that always puts our patients, our people, and our communities first, and I think today is an example of that, so I thank you on behalf of the entire Ochsner organization and the Xavier organization. I want to thank the governor and our legislators for their support. I think they're all a little busy today down in Baton Rouge. I see JP Morrell here. JP, I'm pretty sure you're happy you're here and not down in Baton Rouge today. But we appreciate their support. I also want to thank all the physicians here with us today. It's your dedication to your patients, your standards of excellence, your commitment to educating the next generation of physicians that makes this possible. Thousands of physicians will get educated over the years in our school, and they will leave, and they will know what it means to take great care of patients, to show the kindness and empathy that we all want when we receive patient care. And I think they'll all learn something from leadership about you. So thank you for all you do, and you are the ones that made this possible. I'd like us to give a round of applause to all of the physicians. This is certainly a great day for Xavier and Ochsner. It's also a great day for the city of New Orleans and the nation. Throughout this country, we're experiencing a shortage of physicians, and particularly diverse physicians. And together, all of us in this room are now forever part of helping solve that problem so that patients and communities can receive the equitable and quality care they deserve. But today is also a truly great day for some young man or woman who we don't know, who none of us in this room have met. It's a high school student or a college student who has a dream of becoming a doctor, but may not believe it's possible. Because of their circumstances, whatever it is, they don't have the hope that someday they too can be sitting here in a physician with one of those white coats with the ability to take care of people. We are here today to give that young man or woman hope. That's what today is all about. The day we are all truly looking forward to is the first graduating class from this medical school, when we see students walking across the stage to receive their medical degree and know they're going to live their dreams and to help others in need. That's what success looks like. To show our support for the young people who have a dream of becoming a doctor, I'm proud to announce today that we are creating a scholarship to attend the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine for a young man graduating from the Son of a Saint program. My friend Sonny Lee sitting over there, that organization was created to help mentor young men whose fathers either passed away or are imprisoned. And Sonny, I think it's right that every single graduate of your program has gone on to college, a trade school, or the military. Why not someday the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine? We're honored to work with partners like Son of a Saint, Xavier, and other organizations committed to STEM education in our communities. We are involved in this from early education all the way through high school, whether it's the John Ochsner Discovery School, whether it's our nursing schools with Delgado and otherwise. We as an organization are committed to the education of the future of our city and our state, which is why we're so proud to be here today. We as a flagship organization in this region have an obligation to lead. Not just in taking great care of people, not just in educating, but doing whatever it takes to make this city and this state better. That's why we're really proud to announce that this new medical school will be located right here in Benson Tower, right where you're sitting today. By locating this school here, we're showing our commitment to New Orleans and our intention for this school to become a beacon of hope for those who visit the city, for those who work and live in the city, and for those who come to see the Pelicans or the Saints, perhaps even a couple who are coming next year to the Super Bowl. We are looking forward for them to walk up and down that street and see a sign for this medical school. I also want to thank my friend Dr. Swanee, who's the new founding dean. He is truly one of my dear friends. We've worked together for a long time. He's taught me so much, and I couldn't do what I do every day were it not for him. He's been an Ochsner group practice physician for over 20 years, and he will tell you his story. I won't tell it for you, Leo. And when he's done, you'll understand why he is so dedicated to this school. He knows its purpose. He knows it's to fulfill the physician shortage, but also the shortage of diverse physicians in this country. I also want to thank Mrs. Benson for your support for this project. to allowing this school to be located in the building with your name on it. You have been so instrumental to our organization. You've been a friend to me and to my family, and we promise we will make you proud. It is now my honor to ask you to come up and share a few words of your commitment to our school.
Thank you, Pete, and good afternoon, everyone. You know, as a native of New Orleans, I am very grateful for the incredible impact Ochsner Health and Xavier University have on our city and our region. I am so delighted to commemorate the latest milestone in the establishment of the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine. I am particularly excited that the college will be housed in Benson Tower and serve as a job-creating medical college of excellence, contributing to the vibrancy and continued growth of the Bio District and downtown New Orleans in which it is located. The partnership between Ochsner and Xavier represents a powerful collaboration between two iconic institutions dedicated to advancing healthcare excellence and educational opportunities in New Orleans, the Gulf South region, and beyond. I am immensely proud to see this vision come to fruition, knowing that it will not only help address the critical shortage of physicians in our community, but also foster innovation and empower future generations of healthcare leaders. Thank you to all of you who are committed to shaping a healthier, more resilient future for our communities, and I'm honored to be part of this transformative journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Benson, for everything you do for this city and inspiring us in this project as well. Deep appreciation. Mr. November did most of the heavy lifting for me earlier, but it is now my honor and great pleasure to add and to introduce our founding dean, the Dean of the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine, Dr. Leo Swanee. He is indeed a visionary and accomplished medical educator and medical school leader, and a great friend of Xavier, who has dedicated his career to addressing longstanding inequities within our healthcare system. He has been an academic partner who has journeyed with Xavier in establishing such exemplary programs, such as our physician assistantship programs in health informatics, genomic counseling. Throughout all this good work, we have addressed representation in fields where practitioners of color are underrepresented. And we have continued to do this over many, many years. As Executive Vice President and Chief Academic Officer for Ochsner Health, as a medical educator, Dr. Swanee has led Ochsner's continuum of education, including undergraduate, graduate, and continuing medical education programs, as well as research initiatives. Additionally, he oversees Ochsner's academic partnerships with Loyola University of New Orleans, LSU Health Shreveport, University of Louisiana at Lafayette, University of Queensland, Ochsner Medical School, and Xavier University of Louisiana. He is recognized for his resident fellows and faculty teaching abilities in classes, in educations, in classes, and also in the wards as well, and has received numerous teaching awards at each level. He helped develop a Medicine in Society Global Health course, a Medicine in Society course on caring for underserved communities, and a curriculum on virtues. My friend Dr. Swanee is a true servant leader, and he was instrumental in developing these bold ideas of the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine many years ago when we began this conversation. He's worked relentlessly on this vision since we contemplated it in 2017, and has been at my side at every step of the way to help bring it to fruition. And his mission has been equitable health care. I am so honored now that Dr. Swanee will now add his extensive experience to serve as the founding dean. Please help me welcome the founding dean. Dean Swanee.
Wow. I am humbly standing before you, truly honored and privileged to serve as the founding dean for the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine. Our mission to train physicians who represent the communities they serve is critically urgent, the facts are alarming, and the truth is there has been no significant progress over the last 30 years. Unfortunately, while Hispanics make up 19% of the population, we only make up 6.9% of the physicians. And while Black and African Americans make up 14% of the population, they only make up 5.7% of the physicians. As we are facing this incredible physician shortage of up to 86,000 physicians, a superdome full of physicians by 2036, it is more urgent than ever to form this medical school. Studies continue to demonstrate the consequences of this lack of diversity in our communities. It means worse health outcomes for African Americans, Hispanics, and other minorities when the physicians who serve them don't represent them. But here we have hope. We're making history by creating another HBCU medical school. This is tremendously important, as only 4 currently exist nationwide. When ours open, it will be the only HBCU College of Medicine in the Gulf South. Today, we're joined by many Black and African American physicians who have led the way serving their communities, discovering new knowledge, and breaking down barriers and training the next generation of physicians. I would like to ask them to stand. Please stand, so they can be recognized as we express our gratitude for their wisdom, courage, and humanism. Today, you have already heard, and you will continue to hear throughout the discussions today, about how transformational this College of Medicine will be for Xavier, for Ochsner, for the Bio District, for downtown New Orleans, for the state of Louisiana, and indeed for our country. But I want to share a personal story. One about the transformational power of medical education on a first-generation immigrant from Cuba. This was a small boy whose parents did not speak English or have a high school education, whose father worked 2 jobs as a janitor and a garbage man, while his mother stayed home to raise 6 boys. As he grew up, education gave him the opportunity. This boy became the first in his family to graduate from college and then medical school. And he set the example so 4 of his other 5 brothers can get their college degrees. I am that immigrant boy, the living embodiment of the transformational power of medical education. And I'm incredibly grateful that we're going to be providing the same opportunities afforded to me so that we can continue our progress in making the lives better for all Americans. The Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine will transform generations of young Black and brown lives. They will experience the transformational power of a STEM education, of a life in service of others. They will experience the awe of the doctor-patient relationship. and the power of empathy. We will train the next generation of physicians who look like and represent the communities of this great city of New Orleans. And our region and our country will be better for it. I want to also thank the Ochsner Board, the Xavier Board, and the XOCOM board members, and all who have made the School of Medicine possible. We could not make this vision come true without your support. Thank you.
First of all, congratulations to you, Dean. This is quite an honor. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize our New Orleans City Council members who have joined us this afternoon. Council President Helena Moreno, Council Member at Large J.P. Morrell, Council Member Joe Giarrusso, Council Member Eugene Green, and Council Member Oliver Thomas. He was standing over there. Next up, I would like to introduce Congressman Troy A. Carter, Sr., the United States Representative for Louisiana's 2nd Congressional District, and notably a Xavier alumnus.
Thank you, Monica. You had me at Xavier alumnus. And I noticed that my classmate and judge, Ellen Hazur, was in the audience as a Xavier graduate. Ellen, please stand. a proud 1986 graduate of Xavier University. We walked those halls together, and undoubtedly, our relationship and experiences at Xavier molded us to be the people we are. And I can say without fear of contradiction, had it not been for Xavier University, Dr. Francis, and the nuns, I would probably not be the man that I am. And so everywhere I go, I express the extreme gratitude I have for this great institution of academic standards that are higher than anything, personal standards that are higher than anything, where you're not just a number, you're a person. And where from the time you hit campus to the time you go to graduate school, law school, medical school, or whatever endeavor you take, Xavier never leaves your bones. And for that, Dr. Francis, Dr. Reynolds, Verret, and all of the leaders of this great institution, our board of directors, please give them a big round of applause. Forgive me for that unpaid commercial, but I never passed the opportunity to highlight Xavier University and the wonders that it has for me, my family, and our world. So, Dr. Verret, thank you for your leadership, your vision to bring us to this point. Pete, Christmas, November. For your untireless efforts to continue to bring about change, resources, and hope. I've been in your presence many times when your pen has been out and your checkbook has been open and the community has been better because of it. Big round of applause for Mr. Pete. I can very easily say the same thing about the next person who has a really big checkbook and a really big pen, and she's not shy about writing, and that is Miss Gail Benson. She shows up, she shows out, she stands out, she writes the check, she walks the walk, she talks the talk, and she's a shining example of what philanthropic efforts mean and for others to follow. So thank you so much. Give her a round of applause. My two dear friends, Justin Augustine and Andy Wisdom, the respective boards of Xavier University Chair and Ochsner, two lifelong friends, and proud to say that that's the kind of leadership that New Orleans produces. Give them both a round of applause. As a proud alumnus of Xavier University, I stand before you with pride and excitement. Xavier University holds a very special place in my heart and in my family's heart. It's where I honed my skills, shaped my character, and forged lifelong relationships and connections that mean the world to me even today. I understand the rigorous academic standards and the transformative powers of Xavier University and a great education in this great place. That's why I'm excited to be here today along representatives from my esteemed alma mater and Louisiana's leading healthcare system, Ochsner Health, to celebrate this incredible milestone. The announcement that Xavier University Ochsner College of Medicine will be located in the Bio District gives me great pride and optimism. This decision highlights our collective commitment to addressing the health challenges facing our region. The Bio District represents an economic development district and a beacon of hope for our community. It's a testament to our collective efforts to transform our region into a national leader in health research and treatment. With the addition of Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine, New Orleans will once again, Louisiana will once again, our region will once again be on the map for doing the right thing for the right reasons. Oftentimes, we're first in places we don't want to be first, and last in places we shouldn't be. Or did I say that right? I said it right. Today, we're first where we want to be. We're first in recognizing that business, industry, academia, nonprofit can come together and make a difference. It's because leaders like this, it's leaders like this, and leaders like this, and leaders like that, because all of us play a role in making things like this happen. They don't happen in a vacuum. They don't happen alone. And when you see a ribbon cutting, there's been so much work that has gone into this. I've been blessed to be in several meetings in these discussions. I cannot say thank you enough. And to Dr. Swanee, you've been in every one of those meetings. What a blessing for you to step up and offer your time, your talent, and your expertise to this effort. So another big round of applause for Dr. Swanee. And I'm going to sit down a second, but before I do, I just glance to my left and I see another very proud alumni, someone that I'm going to ask to stand, who has served with distinction and is a member of the bar at the highest level, our federal judge, Ivan Lamel. And as I close, not like a preacher closing, I won't say it 3 times, just once. But as I close, I want to end with what I started with, the 2 most powerful words in the English language. Thank you.
And thank you, Congressman Carter, and all that you do to support not only healthcare in the state of Louisiana, but the love that you continue to have for Xavier University of Louisiana. It's heartfelt. Now it is my pleasure to welcome to the podium Mayor LaToya Cantrell, who we're honored to have with us today. Mayor Cantrell.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Oh, my goodness. So many emotions preparing for this afternoon. Heart is very humble and very full. And as the Congressman mentioned, the most powerful words absolutely are thank you. Next year will mark 35 years that my soul found its home in the city of New Orleans through Xavier University of Louisiana. And it's really a proud moment to be here, experiencing this real marriage, real partnership. As I was coming in the door, I spoke to one of our students and I asked, how did she feel about today. And she said, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Xavier University, as we all know, collectively puts more African Americans in medical school in the United States of America and has consistently risen and rose to that occasion every time. No miss. It just makes sense. In addition to that, Ochsner, as we know, in terms of the ability to educate and teach physicians, not only in this state, but in the global society, we know is also second to none. But as I was talking to Dr. Tamika Duplessis coming in here and with our president of Obatala, she said, it's really perfecting what they do, meaning Ochsner, perfecting what you do with what Xavier has consistently demonstrated that it has perfection through and through its alumni. So as a proud graduate of Xavier University, HBCU, the only Catholic institution in this country relative to our HBCU community, I know firsthand that Xavier nurtures the humanity, your spirit. You understand who you are and you understand whose you are. And it's reflected in everything that we do because we stay focused and we stay on path and on track how we were educated to be and to do. But also, I talked about the human side of it, but it's also that divine side of it, divinity. It teaches us that the Lord is in us. So when you put the human aspect and then the divine aspect in it, you get the best of both worlds. And I say that they have truly come together this afternoon. So, Dean Swanee, listen, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you because I'm going back again to how I started with our students saying it just makes sense. Because the city of New Orleans has also demonstrated time and time again, and as I even look to next year, 20 years after Katrina, we demonstrated that we knew that behavioral health was important, but most importantly, primary care was important. And we knew when we couldn't get access to it, what did we do in partnership? Created medical homes and health centers all around the city of New Orleans that we can stand on today that's meeting our people where they are. But that sent a message. Moving on, when we had to even tackle that the city of New Orleans, yes, in fact, we could be smoke-free. That we could do it. And they say, oh, no way, LaToya, New Orleans will never be smoke-free. Well, the city council, 9 years ago, April 22nd, decided that our city would be smoke-free and people are living longer because of it. Again, it just makes sense in this city. Not stopping there, moving on. Even as relates to COVID-19, you cannot tell me that this partnership did not get strengthened because of how we partnered, how we saved lives, how we met our people where they are, and we provided resources to keep people safe. And Dean, you were right there. When we were meeting daily, weekly on those calls, it was Ochsner, it was Xavier, it was the city of New Orleans, it was the leadership here. So I tell you, that's what we're standing on this afternoon. And I know the way is in our front, and it is going to be better because we're going to be grooming students who already know what disparities look like because we come from them. But we'll also ensure that our students, through Ochsner, are being perfected in terms of how they provide health care throughout this country and world. So I say thank you so much. This is something that just makes sense in the city of New Orleans. And like our congressman said, it is time for us to own the fact that this city, we are world class, we are first class. And it's not just because we say it, it's because we do it and we demonstrate it time and time and time again. So Ochsner, welcome to the HBCU family. Yes, yes.
Thank you very much, Mayor Cantrell. Now it is my pleasure to welcome to the podium a physician who is also a Xavier graduate and will serve on the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine Board, Dr. Veronica Gillespie-Bell, a board-certified obstetrician, gynecologist. Dr. Gillespie-Bell.
Thank you all. Good afternoon. This is such a great day. As you've heard, I am a Xavier grad. I'm also Ochsner trained and a practicing physician with Ochsner Health. And I stand before you with a sense of urgency and purpose. You have already heard today, and I'm going to reiterate, we are facing a critical shortage of physicians in the United States. But not just about the numbers, but also about representation. As you've heard, we are underrepresented for Black physicians. We are underrepresented for Hispanic physicians. And we have disparities. And there's so much data, whether we look at maternal outcomes, we look at infant outcomes, we look at primary care outcomes. We know that when you walk into a room as a patient and your physician looks like you have better outcomes. So where is that leaving our Black and brown patients when they're underrepresented? And what is the answer? XOCOM. XOCOM is the answer for that. So if you have had anything at all to do with the development of XOCOM or representing Black and brown physicians in medicine, could you please stand? And so this is also to acknowledge that it's not one of us, there are many of us that are bringing this college together, that are bringing the College of Medicine together. I am incredibly proud of the promise. I know the excellence that is required at Xavier. As a matter of fact, we say Xavier is a place where excellence is the rule, not the exception. And so I believe that I am living testimony of that. I know the training that is required at Ochsner, as well as the empathy and patient care. Again, I'm a living testimony for that. And so I know that the future for Louisiana is bright because of this medical school's graduates that will become physicians and care for the people of Louisiana. The new school reflects a shared commitment to diversity and excellence in health education. It will boast state-of-the-art medical technology and facilities, providing students with immersive learning experiences and hands-on training opportunities. The curriculum will emphasize interdisciplinary collaboration, clinical proficiency, and compassionate patient care, equipping graduates with the skills and knowledge to address the complex healthcare challenges of the 21st century. We are so excited for the next steps of the medical school. And just to outline some of those next steps, Xavier University of Louisiana will seek approval from the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, and the new College of Medicine will seek preliminary accreditation from the Liaison Committee on Medical Education. And I'm not going to say if accreditation, I'm going to say when accreditation is achieved, we will be following that by recruitment. The Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine aims to seat 50 students in the first class, and the medical school will continue to grow as it develops. As Ochsner strives for health equity at a time when those words are not popular, we are thrilled to partner with Xavier on this transformation endeavor. And I am especially proud to be serving on the board of the medical college, a role that I take very seriously and again, feel very, very honored. Together, we are taking real, meaningful steps that will forever reshape healthcare across Louisiana and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gillespie Bell, and for everything you do to further health equity here in Louisiana and in your advocacy around the country. We do appreciate that. Now it is my privilege to introduce Justin Augustine, the chair of the Xavier University Board of Trustees. Mr. Augustine.
Good afternoon. I'm going to give you a word. Phenomenal. I'm going to say it again. Phenomenal. Leo, Pete, Andy, my new family. Thank you for allowing us to join you in this endeavor and to the entire Ochsner Foundation and staff. But more importantly, let me just take an opportunity to do a minor sales pitch about Xavier University's Board of Directors. I am a proud Xavier graduate, 1980, and I'm proud to serve as the chair of the Board of Trustees. And here with me today, I have the esteemed colleague, Ivan Lamel, Judge Lamel, please stand. And I think Jim Swanson is in the office. As I always say, we in the office. And I want to say thank you to the other 22 members of the Xavier Board of Trustees that couldn't be here today. You know, in 2017, as we tackled the many things we had to do at the board level, one of the things that came up was, should we create a medical school? Is that something we really wanted to embark upon? And I want to say thank you for every member of the Board of Trustees that have served in their positions since 2017. Because I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, when you sit around that board table, these things, Andy, you know, are very difficult. In Rental, as you sat in your role as administrator and you grapple with the heart-wrenching responsibility of taking on those 24 members as they ask you 1 trillion questions, and we will continue to ask those 1 trillion questions, I guarantee you that. But our fundamental principle would never, ever be diminished. And that was simple. If you want to be the best, be the best. We have proven year over year that we can produce those graduates into those medical schools continuously. But more importantly, let me just refocus a little bit. Let me talk about a group of individuals that don't get a lot of attention. But I'm proud to stand and say to the faculty and staff of Xavier University, these hardworking men and women produce these scholars that have gone and continue to go to these higher institutions. Without them, as Congressman said, as the mayor said, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. Xavier has a long-standing responsibility to the community in which we serve. As Mother Drexel gave the mission to all of us, we take it very, very seriously. This is no place to play. You better bring your A game to the table. And I say this to the student affairs committees, to the students that attend. If you want a party school, this is not the place for you. If you want to go on to higher success and make a difference in the global society, this is the place for you. So the challenge I'm giving today is twofold. The first challenge that I'm giving from the board is to the faculty and staff. Continue doing what you have done so very well in the past. Continue to do it in the very near future. Train and educate those bright minds. Prepare them for the challenges that they face ahead. And make sure that they're indoctrinated to the professions in which they have chosen. And to my Ochsner family, Leo, I guess it's going to fall on you. And I'm going to say it with a lot of respect. I know you and your new board will train and facilitate and educate and mandate that we become the global place in this world order. You know, it's simple when people ask me as I traveled around the country about New Orleans. Look, I'm a proud New Orleanian. I don't think anybody can ever challenge me about my commitment to the city. We have so many great things to brag about. And I want you guys to take this message and brag to the world about XOCOM. Tell them what we're doing. Make them get involved in what we're doing. And more importantly, support what we're doing. And we, native New Orleanians, have to be our best marketeers. Let's brag about some of the great things we are doing. This is phenomenal. An opportunity that we've never, ever had before. Leo, you know, when you and Pete and I were speaking and we were talking about the vision and what we can do, I never imagined that we could bring it together so quickly. And people would say 7 years. Well, in our world, that's pretty quick. Right, Andy? And to my board, who have allowed me to serve, and to be perfectly honest with you, I was supposed to come off the board, but they said to me, you created these 4 pillars of success, you got to see them through. And I've recommitted, I've rededicated, and more importantly, I'm even driven more to take this beyond what we ever thought it could be. So to all of you, thank you for joining us today and celebrating this momentous occasion. And I would be remiss if I didn't bring up this next individual, who is my new partner in crime, Mr. Andy Wisdom, Chairman of the Board of Ochsner.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be with you here today. I'm going to start off by taking you back about 30 years just for a minute. Incidentally, it was about the time that I met and became friends with the Honorable Troy Carter. We've known each other for that long, and great friendship and such a great human being. I'm so glad to be working with you today. But I was working for a family friend who was very close friends with famous author Alex Haley. And he told me about a saying that Haley had. And it's a very simple saying, a very powerful one. Haley liked to say, find the good and praise it. And think about that for a second. Just very, very simple, very, very powerful words. Find the good and praise it. The Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine is the good, and we are praising it here today. Because today marks a pivotal moment in the history of Ochsner Health as we gather to announce the latest achievements and plans for the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine. Through our partnership with Xavier, Ochsner has answered the call to shape the health landscape of New Orleans, Louisiana, and the United States for generations to come. Our board was proud to vote to approve the formation of this new medical school, and since it was announced in January of last year, we have been overwhelmed by the positive feedback from students, Ochsner clinicians, business leaders, and members of the community. Research has shown that diverse healthcare teams provide better care for diverse communities that we serve, and the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine will play a crucial role in advancing that important objective. The establishment of the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine reflects Ochsner's unwavering commitment to our city, to our state, and everyone who calls Louisiana home. It's a wonderful example of partnership with the community, other healthcare organizations, and higher education institutions to make Louisiana healthier with greater access to healthcare for all residents. I'm thrilled that the college will be located here in Benson Tower, and I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Mrs. Gail Benson, who's one of Ochsner's greatest champions. Mrs. Benson consistently sets an example that we should all follow, from the school crossing guard to corporate CEOs. If we all follow her example, we will be better people, and we will leave this world a better place than we found it. As a lifelong seventh-generation resident of New Orleans, I am particularly pleased that Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine will serve as an anchor for the Bio District, propelling our city forward as a hub for healthcare innovation and excellence. This is a big deal, and we are delighted as an institution to be a part of it. We are rushing into New Orleans as fast as we can. That is our level of commitment to the city of New Orleans. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to my good friend, Dr. Leo Swanee, who is the perfect person to lead this new medical school. His experience, expertise, and unwavering commitment to our mission will undoubtedly guide us to success. Finally, I'd like to express our sincere gratitude to Xavier University, its Board of Trustees, its Chairman, Justin Augustine, my new partner in crime and good friend, for their continued partnership and collaboration. Together, we're making a meaningful difference in the lives of our fellow Louisianans, and make no mistake, for all of us working on this project, it is no mere job. It is a calling. We are all called to serve our brothers and sisters, and it will be done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wisdom. And as we bring this momentous, amazing, marvelous, what was your word, Mr. Augustine? Phenomenal event to a close, I'd like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all esteemed speakers for sharing their insights and vision for the future of healthcare education, and to our partners at Ochsner Health. Thank you for your dedication to improving healthcare outcomes and advancing health equity in our communities. This is a big deal. Your collaboration with Xavier University is a testament to the power of partnership in driving meaningful change. And before we conclude, I'd like to mark this momentous occasion of this medical school's formation with a signing ceremony. So I asked President Verret and Mr. November, where did you go, right there, if you would come back, please, for this event, along with Andy Wisdom, Justin Augustine, and all of the Xavier Ochsner College of Medicine board members. And those of you in the room, please, we ask that you remain seated for the signing. Do a little bit better than that. Another round of applause to mark this occasion. Thank you so much for that. Now I am thrilled to announce that we have a special treat in store for you. Please, in just a second, I want you to welcome the Kinfolk Brass Band, who will be performing for us today. After their performance, please enjoy some food and refreshments inside the suite. Thank you all so much for bearing witness today, for being part of this historic moment. We look forward to the bright future ahead as we work together to create a more equitable and compassionate healthcare system for all. Thank you all so much, and have an extraordinary day.
Congratulations.